Yeah, so good morning. And now the much awaited talk for today, our in-house speaker, Mr. Mehnosh Randeria. Though he requires no introduction, but yet let me, say a few sentences about him. A healthy mind resides in a healthy body. Our today's speaker believes in this adage and walks the talk too. Mehnosh Randeria is India's first and only W3 coach on a mission to help people prosper in the three W's of life, that is wealth, wisdom, and wellness. While we are familiar with his barrage of professional qualifications in the field of finance and also with his credentials in the field of neuro-linguistic programming in the sphere of wisdom, today we will be gaining some new wisdom about wellness. Many of you may not know, Mehnosh is certified from the K11 School of School of Fitness Sciences as a physical fitness trainer. He will be sharing with us the secrets of physical fitness. Over the last 5 years, Mehnosh has conducted more than 600 workshops and trained more than 4,500 people across more than 70 organizations. Over to you, Mehnosh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepa. And thank you, Venus Club. It's always a privilege to share here, to discuss with you all. And it's more like a family being here, isn't it?
Yes.
So we are going to talk about wellness, but within wellness, I'm going to focus more on physical fitness. So there are several elements of wellness. There is physical fitness, mental fitness, emotional fitness. However, today, let's understand more about how you can be physically fit. So are we ready for this?
Yes.
Yes, superb.
Yes.
Okay. So Deepa has already shared my introduction. What I'm going to share out of all these qualifications is Baki Sab Chhod Do. We are going to look at the one which is at the bottom left over here, which is the certified physical fitness trainer. So I'm going to share something from there because that is where I got a lot of value from learning how to stay fit. And just to share a bit about my experience about that journey, about that specific journey, not the entire journey, is that I always used to be health conscious and fitness conscious. But what would happen is that I would join a gym and either in some months, either the gym would close or the trainer would change. And whatever new trainer or new gym I would go to, they would say, nahi, aisa nahi karne ka hota hai. And I would say, but purane trainer ne to aisa bola tha. They said, no, not this way, you do this way. And they would tell me something else. And then again, some new trainer would come, he would say, no, not this way, not that way. So that is where I decided to learn the science behind the art of fitness. And that's where I did my physical fitness trainer certification. What I'm going to share with you is more or less from there and also from my journey of understanding the power of physical fitness, what exactly it involves. So let's begin. Let me ask you a few questions. Are you healthy?
Yes.
Trying.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you another question. Are you fit?
Not sure.
Not sure. Now, great. So earlier healthy you said yes, but fit you said not sure. So what's the difference between these two? Or I want more answers as well. Yeah.
I am neither fit nor healthy.
Okay.
Same here. Not fit, not healthy.
Not fit, not healthy. Okay. मतलब क्या है दोनों का?
So healthy means I have a disease-free body, but fitness-wise, my energy levels may not be the same every day.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes. Any other thoughts?
नहीं है इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि नहीं हो.
हाँ.
Mehnosh, my answer is always trying. I'm trying my best.
Okay, trying your best. Okay. So we are going to see this difference and then we'll move on to more about fitness. See, health is, if we were to put in Hindi or in Sanskrit, it is arogya. And arogya means jisko rog nahi hai. So it is actually like, as Deepa ji said, it is absence of disease. Whereas fitness, we would put in the category of swasthya. So it's more than being free from any kind of disease. It's more than getting a grade on your health report card. So if I tell you to go for an annual checkup, and most of you, I'm sure you must be doing this practice. So in your annual checkup, when you see that, okay, there are no abnormalities, there is no, everything is within the right range, then you say, okay, I'm healthy. But in spite of that, let's say you have to go for the checkup, and that medical center, that health checkup center is on the 8th floor of a building, and the lift is not working. Now, would you be able to climb the 8 floors?
Yes, I would be.
Great.
I've done it.
Wonderful.
No,
No,
no, I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Thanks. For some it's
I
possible,
can't-
some it's not possible.
I can't climb up, I can climb down.
Okay.
good one.
Just one more minute. You know, Manoj, when this happened with me in my office building a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
the lift got stuck between the 2 floors.
Oh.
So I had, and you know, how they are the watchmen, nobody responding, that emergency not working. So I had to actually jump myself, open the door. When you open the door, there's a wall in front of you. So you have to do a little bit of aerobics and then get out of it. So that's how I got out of that.
Wow.
I remember that.
Oh, great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
And in fact, that is what fitness is. You know, let's say there is kind of the lockdown like today, and you can't take a taxi or a rickshaw. At least now they are available. But in the initial days when we started off, and let's say you have to go from one place to another, how far can you walk without getting tired? So all these are elements of fitness. It's not just the absence of disease. Even though you may be disease free, do you have the right kind of energy levels that you may need as and when needed? When you need it, you need to have it. So in the fitness terminology, we call it as GPP. GPP is nothing but general physical preparedness. Being prepared physically to do whatever is needed without getting tired. That does not mean becoming a Superman. I'm not saying that you will walk for 10 kilometers and you want to go from Mumbai, from Andheri to Churchgate. So let me start off.
So Marinosh, can
Not that extreme as well.
Marinosh, can I just butt in?
Yeah, Binduji.
Yeah, I'm diabetic, okay? And I've been
Yeah.
diabetic since 1.5 years. But if you tell me to climb 9 floors, I will. You tell me to walk about 3 kilometers, I will. And I had to sleep 3 hours to 4 hours, but I'm active throughout the day. So where do I fit in? Fit, but
You're
not
fit.
healthy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
ऐसा भी हो सकता है? I mean, you're
ऐसा भी हो
healthy.
सकता है. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
ऐसा भी हो सकता है.
Okay, cool.
दूसरा में भी हो सकता है. Yes. Okay. So talking about fitness, what are the elements or components of fitness? That's what we are going to see. What is this general physical preparedness? So the human body is a masterpiece. And we have all these systems within us. So being healthy and being fit is when all these systems are working beautifully fine. The key things that we look at in physical fitness out of this chart is immunity, the immune system, the cardiovascular system, the muscular system, and the skeletal system. And when all these are in place, effectively all the rest will also work, because in fact, cardiovascular and respiratory are also quite aligned. The endocrine, the excretory, the digestive, reproductive, all these will be a function of these. And sensory nervous system is anyway governing the entire body. It's about the mental health and fitness as well, part of that. So our mind and body are interrelated. And let's see how we can ensure that a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. So what are these components of GPP, that is general physical preparedness? I'm going to take you through 6 components. And as I take you through them, I would like you to also do kind of a self-assessment that what do you think? Where do you stand on these? And I'll also share with you how to improve on each of these 6 components. The first component is cardiovascular fitness. See, the function of the cardiovascular system in our body is to pump blood continuously. And the synchronization between the cardio, which is the heart pumping, and the vascular, which is the blood circulation. It's also called as the circulatory system. Now, the cardiovascular fitness is defined by the ability of your heart and your lungs to supply pure oxygenated blood to all the working muscles without getting tired over extended periods of time. So what are the things that you think you can do for improving your cardiovascular fitness?
Eat right, breathe right.
Yeah, breathing.
Exercise.
Yeah, exercise. Which kind of exercise works over here? It is mainly the cardio exercises, or as we call it, the aerobic activities.
I find tennis also good.
Yes. Yeah. Anything that keeps you active, that tests your ability of the heart before it becomes, because see, generally when we do aerobic exercise, our heart rate shoots up. So I'm not going into the science of the parameters of the heart rate and everything, but the fact is that when our heart rate shoots up, how quickly it comes back to normal. That is a test or a sign of fitness. You may be able to climb the 7-8 floors, but after that you are panting for 10 to 15 minutes all the while. Then still some work needs to be done. The point here is that how about making our body ready so that when we need it, we have that ability. So that when we need that energy, we have that energy. So the test doesn't happen one fine day when I have to climb 7 floors. The practice happens when I'm regularly doing it. So aerobic activities are like, you know, on the treadmill when you're running, jogging, or doing the elliptical, all these pictures which I mentioned in this small cartoon bubble over here. Right now in times of lockdown, the gyms are closed, but the good thing is that cardiovascular activities can be done even without the gym. Just take a walk, regular daily walk is good enough. And even in my building, I see people taking a walk, but they are taking a walk as if wo log tehel rahe hai. Okay, you understand what I mean, right? They're just kind of roaming around or walking very casually. Now,
Brisk walk.
Yeah, a brisk walk. Now, I would encourage you to walk a bit faster, because when you to test your cardiovascular fitness, our body is such an amazing mechanism that once you do something, our body quickly gets adapted to it. So walking slowly, casually, and thinking, okay, मैंने walk कर लिया, मेरा cardiovascular हो गया, that is not the solution, because our body will adapt very fast. So if you are completing 2 rounds in 5 minutes, you can do that. Do it for, let's say, 4 or 5 days. You complete 2 rounds in 5 minutes of whatever your compound is or your garden is. But after those 5-6 sessions, your body will get adapted to doing 2 rounds in 5 minutes. Which means now next session, next attempt, next progression that you have to aim for is, can I make it 3 rounds in 5 minutes? Maybe not immediately, but can I do 2.5 rounds in 5 minutes? Our body adapts very fast. So everything we do, we have to look at a level of progression. Same thing applies in aerobic activities for your cardiovascular fitness as well. Yes, Manish, oximeter also monitors the heart rate. I have the fitness band which I wear when I'm doing my exercises. So that gives me an indicator how fast I'm recovering. My test is not just kitna heart rate बढ़ गया, but kitna jaldi वापस आ गया, वो important है. The second component is muscular endurance. So now coming to muscles. Our muscles are cells that create movement. Their function is locomotion, stability, posture, protection, and suspension. Now, when I talk of muscular endurance, I'm not talking about strength yet. That is the next one which is coming. Endurance is, if, for example, the bicep works on this movement. It's called as the flexion of the elbow. Now, how often can I flex my elbow without my bicep getting tired? So that is the test of muscular endurance. Bicep is just an example. We have 640 muscles in our body, and each muscle is specific. So we'll talk about strength later, but the endurance is that if muscle has a particular function of movement or locomotion, how often, how fast can I do that movement without getting tired? So if I'm walking, again, all the knee pains, joint pains is part of this muscular endurance. Our muscles are ones which protect our body. So here, again, the exercises are in the category of aerobic exercises when it comes to muscular endurance. Here, they would be more like cross training, like, you know, the elliptical, where we move our arms and legs together. So the entire body is in rhythm. And when we are walking or running, it's just mainly the lower body that is in rhythm. But there is a cross movement happening when we are using the elliptical machine. Or even swimming. Swimming is the best exercise for muscular endurance. Rowing. So things that ensure that your muscles are moving and making a test of all your muscles. And muscular endurance works for each muscle. So I cannot just train my upper body muscles and say, okay, now I'm muscularly, my endurance is good. So this has to be specific to the activity. So if I want to train for swimming, I cannot say, okay, I'll do walks and I'll get fit to swim better, apart from the ability to swim. But if I want to have that endurance in swimming, I need to have exercise of swimming. So that's about the endurance of the muscles. So aerobic exercises fit into both of these categories. Now, moving to the next component, it is muscular strength, the strength of the muscles. Technically, we call it the skeletal-muscular strength because it includes, out of the systems that we saw earlier, it includes the muscular system and the skeletal system, which means it comprises of not just muscles, it also comprises of your bones, your tendons. Tendons are the tissues which connect the bones, and the ligaments, which are tissues which connect the bones and the muscles. So all this to be fit, we need to ensure that there is enough of contraction and extension of muscle happening. It's like, if I talk in general terms, where do we need this muscular strength? Let's say I want to access some old records of mine and they are lying in a पेटी somewhere, you know, on the attic. अभी वो पुरानी पेटी निकालनी है मुझे. कितने आदमी बुलाने पड़ेंगे वो पेटी हिलाने के लिए? So that is a regular strength. So when we say general physical preparedness, I am not telling you these components from the point of becoming athletes or bodybuilders. Yeah, bodybuilders will work on muscular strength at a different level altogether. But on a day-to-day basis, let's say you're driving a car और समझो कार बंद हो गया, उसको धक्का लगाना पड़ेगा. तो थोड़ा तो muscular strength चाहिए ना? So we are talking of that kind of muscular strength which is needed on a regular basis for general preparedness. So all this, how can we improve this? Through weight training. Now, weight training is something that can be done in the gym, but not everyone can do it. So it's not that, okay, now let's just start with weight training. It is subject to injury, subject to risk. So be careful when you do weight training. Don't just start with heavy weights. Weight training, one of the important component of weight training is how much is the intensity. So let's say even if I'm doing bicep curls with just dumbbells, I can take a light dumbbell and I can maybe do 30-40 repetitions of that. Or I can take a heavy dumbbell and I can manage only 5 to 10 repetitions of that. When you start off, take something light. But remember the same thing which I mentioned earlier in muscular endurance, our body is quick to adapt. So when you take something light, immediately then, once your body gets adapted to that, then start taking heavier things. The best exercises that I can recommend over here is high intensity weight training, or even you can do it. If you don't have weights, you can even do it with body weight exercises. The best body weight exercises are squats, push-ups. Again, if you're doing it for the first time or the bones are already not that active, then it'll take some time. So be light on yourself. The purpose of the session is not to motivate you and start working, making you do heavy workouts, but at least start with whatever you can. At least test what is the limit of your body. And there is lots more when we go into all these exercises. But this is the key. Body weight, simple exercises you can do without weights as well. So I'm still doing workouts in the lockdown. I have my gym trainer who I connect with on the Zoom call. And I do my muscular workout at least twice a week.
It's surprising that you still refer to your trainer, because there are some people who think they are Mr. Know-it-all and they don't want to listen to the trainer.
Great. Thanks for bringing that up, Deepaji. In fact, although I have done my certification, although I know the right form and technique, I will say that, a trainer is very much important. The purpose of a trainer, a role of a trainer is not just to motivate you, ke chal ek aur, wo to hota hi hai, that is a bonus. But somewhere when you are working out, like even if I'm doing planks at times on my own, if I'm just holding the planks, somewhere after a certain time, let's say I've held the plank for, let's say 90 seconds or so, kahin to form and technique hil jata hai. You don't realize, at a conscious level, you will not realize. You will think that you are doing it right. That's where the trainer adds value.
Yeah, Mehnosh, I'm reminded of my personal trainer, Nikhil. Yeah. And very sweetly, all he would keep saying is slow, slow. And that has really helped. And I can relate the value of that word slow.
Yeah. Great. Thanks. So even today's time when I'm doing this, I don't do this kind of weights in the lockdown, but I do deadlifts and all with buckets. Bucket filled with water, and then my trainer is there on the video call, and I'm lifting the buckets, and he ensures that my spine is erect, my bending is correct, the angle is right, the elbows and the knees are aligned with each other. So all that form and technique, jo hum khud nahi dekh sakte hai. I see people working out in the gym looking at the mirror and working. That is incorrect, because for you to put your attention to the mirror, aapki mundi to hil gayi na. So form and technique kahan raha aapka?
But why does then gym have so many mirrors? What is the trick behind it?
To encourage people कि चलो आपको trainer नहीं लेना है तो खुद तो आ जाओ.
Oh.
हाँ. Trainer is essential. I cannot, stress more on this.
Correct.
Trainer is essential. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So today I'm doing Balti workouts with my trainer. And I made a full form of Balti for him. I told him Balti, Balata means back, legs and torso.
Wow.
So Balti ke saath तीनों का development हो रहा है.
Only Mehnosh can think of this. Awesome.
Seconded.
So what do you have to say for BJP, Mehnosh? The BJP that we're doing nowadays?
Okay, wo to hai, you know all that.
How good is that for a workout?
It's good. But again, your body gets adapted. So many housewives say that, okay, मैं तो अभी झाड़ू कटका पोछा चल ही रहा है तो मेरा तो workout हो गया सही है. At least you are active. That is true. I don't deny that. But your body quickly gets adapted. There is no progression.
Proper shape, na?
हाँ. There is no progression.
Okay आएंगे बाहर.
So I will ask you a question later when we open the question answer session.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do a question answer later. Thank you. Okay, the next thing is flexibility. Flexibility is working on all your joints and the range of motion of the joints. So there is a term in fitness which we call range of motion. In simple terms, it is if this is my elbow, then this is my range of motion of the elbow. Yahan se pura in, pura out. Same way for knees, same way for hips. All the joints that I have, same way for the neck. So what is my maximum range of motion that I can get? That is what flexibility is about. Maintaining full and complete range of motion of all your joints. So the best way to do this is doing stretching exercises. And there are two types of stretching exercises. One we call as a mobility drills or dynamic stretching, which even right now, and I do that, when I'm attending a session, when I'm attending a Zoom call like this and my video is not on, from time to time I keep stretching. We can all do it right now. Abhi aap khade ho jaiye. And I'll show you some quick stretching exercises. Let's say, you're stretching around the neck, stretching around the shoulders like this, and do a full range of motion. Jitna hota hai utna. Or stretch this way. All your hips and joints, just keep stretching them. So that's a dynamic stretch. From time to time you can do it. You don't need to do it. You don't need to have a gym session for it.
Correct.
And today's times, when we are so much glued on to the Zoom and WhatsApp and mobile, because the physical interaction, the outside interaction is limited now. For me also, I'm conducting my programs, or either I'm listening or I'm learning or I'm teaching. So sitting has become so stretched out now that we are not stretching, we are only sitting.
Correct.
Sitting is actually described as the new smoking.
Oh.
It's that harmful and injurious to health. So from time to time, get up from your seat, stretch, and do that. The purpose of stretching also is that it lengthens your muscles. It helps you to contract your muscles and comes back to the normal position. So in our bodily cells, in the cells of our body, there is a cell mechanism called Golgi. The function of that Golgi is that when you're stretching, and if you're stretched beyond the limits, it sends a signal to the central nervous system. कि भाई ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा stretch हो रहा है. तो इसके लिए now the central nervous system works on relaxing that muscle further. So stretching works on relaxing, expanding, making sure that your joint of movements are good. They are happening well. The other kind of stretching is passive stretching. These are holds, जो हम yoga में करते हैं. A lot of asanas in yoga are holding on. So even when you're bending forward, that's a posterior stretch that works on your posterior chain of the body, all the muscles of the backside. So you can just bend down, touch your toes and stay there for 20 seconds. Make sure your knees are straight. So even if you don't touch your toes, it's okay. But the purpose of stretch is that your entire body is aligned. So when you're bending down, your knees are straight, your back is straight, your hands are also straight. And even if you don't touch your toe, it's okay. So that is one of the stretching. Then there are anterior stretch, lateral stretch, spiral stretch, all the fascia of our body, which is by the skin. वो पूरा उसको stretch करने में help करता है. And when you do it for 20 seconds, that is where the central nervous system gets triggered. Okay, now we can do it longer. 20 seconds से आप comfortable हो गए, तो try to stretch further. Because then your adaptation is happening of stretching more. Your body muscles get further relaxed, further lengthened, and further strengthened. So that's flexibility. Then coming to agility. In normal layman terms, we would say agility and flexibility क्या फर्क पड़ता है, एक ही बात है. But generally what agility means is, it is the way that we adapt quickly. It's about balance. It's about, let's say you cross the road. Okay, you cross the road, बीच में divider है. You stand on the divider. And divider से आप नीचे उतर गए गलती से और एक गाड़ी आ गई, and immediately you have to come back. That is agility. Or quickly you have to shift. Let's say you have to catch a ball, और आपकी तरफ कुछ आ रहा है, कुछ फेंका किसी ने, गलती से फेंक दिया, and you want to escape from it. So how agile your body is so that you move out from that direction, from that target.
It's also related to reflex
yes.
action. Yeah.
That's right, reflexes of the body. So it works on your
बेलन की बात कर रहे हैं जी, बेलन की बात कर रहे हैं.
बेलन आप experience से बोल रहे हो. So it talks about, yes, the quick reflexes, balance and speed, that is part of that. The neuromotor coordination. And how it can be improved is by doing plyometric drills, or what they do. You may have seen people on the football court, how they practice. You know, they are quickly adapting from one side to the other. All these are called plyometric drills, so even when we do lunges, there are static lunges where we just do one set and we come back. Plyometric is where we keep moving. आगे बढ़ते जाओ lunge करते करते. So these are all ways of staying agile. Again, if you have not done this so far or after a long time, it will take some time for the body to adapt. So don't be harsh to yourself in the beginning. Do whatever it is possible, but kuch na kuch karte raho. The point is, get prepared so that when you need it, you have it. And the sixth component is the ideal body composition. And what we mean by ideal body composition, that is the ideal ratio of body fat to the lean body mass. So we have nutritionists on this platform here. Most of you also must be already knowing this about the fat in the body. Now, how much fat should be there and how much of lean body mass should be there? That is what the ideal body composition is all about. So it's not about weight. It's all about how you manage the fat. Because if you see, there are bodybuilders who have hardly any fat. But in terms of weight, they weigh heavy. So this is an important distinction to understand. The point is, how do you manage the balance between the lean muscles and the fat? So there is a ideal ratio over here. For females, 25% fat is considered to be ideal in the body. So that much fat is needed. And for males, 20% is considered ideal. Now, how to manage this? There is a fitness tripod which we'll talk about. But before we get into that, as I told you, if you are looking at becoming leaner, becoming fitter, you have to manage your fat loss and not your weight loss. What is the difference between fat loss and weight loss? If I were to address this in a lighter way, weight loss is when you look good with your clothes on. And fat loss is when you look good even without your clothes. So that is when you start seeing, okay, abhi fat nahi dikh raha hai, although charbi nahi hai, because weight loss to patle ho gaye, okay. But when you're doing weight loss, you might also lose out on your muscles. So that is why this is important. Okay, we'll go into the fitness tripod now. You must be remembering this ad of Ever Ready batteries. Give me red.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, red ka ek full form hai, which is the tripod of fitness. That RED stands for rest and recovery. That is R. E is exercise and workout. And D is diet and nutrition. So although in the components of fitness, I focus more on what exercises you have to do for the ideal body weight, for the ideal body composition. It's a mix of all these three. People work out so much. I mean, I know people who are athletes. They are working out and they say workout तो बहुत कर रहा हूँ लेकिन पूरा drain out हो रहा है, you know, energy नहीं रहता है. जब चाहिए तभी वो energy use नहीं कर पाता हूँ. Then by what is the use of workout? See, what happens in workout is your body breaks your muscles. It's a breaking of the muscles. It's a breakdown of your muscles. The repair of the muscles can happen only when you're resting. Even if you're not exercising, even if you have an active life otherwise, let's say you are always on the go, always moving around, always working, even then, that rest and recovery is needed for your body to recoup with that and come back and rejuvenate. Neither you will need rest and you might just catch it wherever you can. The point here is that rest matters so much that the rest doesn't matter. Whatever you do, do not compromise on your rest.
Very well said.
Thank you.
I can sleep on a moving tank.
Yeah. So talking about rest, understand that our body follows a certain rhythm. It's called as the circadian rhythm. Irrespective of how you think you may feel about your energy levels, your body needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep. You know, we read a lot about people like Shah Rukh Khan who say that, okay, I sleep only for 3-4 hours or 2-3 hours in a day. Somewhere it will catch up. Don't model that. You need to rest. If you are getting only 3-4 hours of sleep or 4-5 hours of sleep, make sure you work on the quality as well as the quantity of sleep, both. So after sunset, in our body, there is a hormone which is called as melatonin. That starts rising, and that is what helps us to sleep. If you miss that peak, then your quality of sleep can get affected. So there are 2 peaks which happen in our, so that is, one is about rest, but also there is another hormone in our body called the growth hormone, which helps us to build the ideal body composition, that works on our muscles, that works on our energy levels. That growth hormone is at its peak at 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. You can make the most of that peak of the growth hormone only if you are sleeping at 12 midnight, or you will miss that peak. So you need to make sure that you have to sleep by 11 or so that you are already in a deep sleep stage by midnight. And at that midnight point, it peaks up. At 12 noon, again, it peaks up, but at that time, it peaks up on the opposite side. So if you are doing a workout, the best time to do a workout is where you're doing intense workout at 12 noon. So my workout in these days is scheduled from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. with the objective of optimizing this aspect of the circadian rhythm. Yeah, so of course you have to balance your time. If you are in an office or you can't work out at that time, you can't. But if you can, rather make use of that. And after 5 p.m., limit your caffeine intake. Because caffeine is something that, again, triggers your alertness. And that will come into the scheme of sleeping. Okay, Deepa, got that. 5 minutes to go. So talking about exercises. So we already covered a lot about exercises. Just to recap on the exercise, there are 3 main types of exercises that you need to focus on. First is aerobic exercises, which is anything which is related to cardio. Other is anaerobic, which is related to weights. And here again, you don't need the equipments, whatever equipments at home, you can do that. I even use filled up 1 liter bottles to do my bicep curls or overhead presses. All that I do with that. Thank you. Or stretches. So all these exercises, the benefits of all of them, we've already seen. So I will not go further into detail of this.
These are how many year old pictures, Menosh?
Mine. This was taken last year.
Wow.
Okay, so Manish is focusing on the girl in the gym. So.
Absolutely, and I think the girl is focusing on you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a pic of me doing stretches. So Binduji, here is the pic of the PM. I'll share this. I'll share this in the group as well. Okay. One of the best exercises that you can do, and I'm sure Shrikantji will vouch for that, is Surya Namaskar. And I'm going to share this mind map with you on the 12 steps of doing the Surya Namaskar. So again, form and technique matters over here. Make sure you do it right. Even if you do less, it's okay. The quantity doesn't matter, the quality matters. That is true for any exercise you do. And finally, talking about the third pillar of the tripod, the diet. How diet can help you to become physically fit. So I won't go too much into this, but just to tell you that there are these broad 6 essential nutrients. The macronutrients are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And the micronutrients are vitamins, water, and minerals. Make sure that we have a balanced meal. In fact, just I think 2 or 3 sessions ago, we had Shilpa Mittal sharing some nutrition tips on Venus.
Yes.
So follow those things. They were really powerful. Just to bust a few myths over here, or rather one myth. People think if I eat fat, I will become fat. That is not true. There are some healthy fats, and they are needed for having your energy levels high. See, body gets energy from 2 sources, mainly fat and proteins. That is the healthy way of getting the energy. But the instant way in which the body gets energy is carbohydrates. If I have sugar, instantly I'll have a spike right now. Many people say that, okay, if they go for a pav bhaji, they'll say, nahi, usme butter mat dalna. Okay, I'm very health conscious. Butter mat dalna, mujhe extra pav de dena. Now that is very counterproductive because pav is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is what adds to the body fat. The dietary fat does not add to the body fat directly. Carbohydrates directly adds to the body fat. I start my day with a scoop of ghee every day.
Wow, my grandfather types.
Yeah. And I've been doing this consistently since last 2 years now, every day.
Manoj, that reminds me of that event, where we had butter cubes together.
Yeah.
That was the first time in my life I actually had that butter cube.
Yeah. That's okay. Have a dollop of butter. It's better than having roti and rice and idli and all. That is nice. I'm not saying no. But people think that is a lighter way, that is more dietarily, it's better than having fats. So understand this. Fats are important. Yeah, only ghee. Yes. 1 scoop of ghee. If you don't like only ghee, put it in a glass of milk and have it.
You get a butter ice cream, which is put on an ice slab. You can have that as well. Made of pure butter. Yeah.
Yes, you can do that. So Gopuji is saying, tere muh mein ghee shakkar. Only ghee, no shakkar. Okay.
So what about
what
about having a millet? Does that also have a carbohydrates?
Yeah.
Millet, bajri, okay. Bajri nachni.
That is fine. Bajri nachni are fine. So there are some carbohydrates which are slow absorbing.
Put dollop of ghee on bajri roti and have it.
Best.
Manoj, even peanut butter is good, na?
Peanut butter also. Yes.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I have, since last 5 years now, I've cut down on sugar completely. Which means in my tea and coffee, no sugar at all. But that doesn't mean that I don't have desserts. Agar man kiya to kha lene ka. But wo zyada man hi nahi karta hai. In fact, गलती से कोई मुझे sugar वाली चाय दे दे तो कुछ अजीब लगता है वो taste में. So that is already my system has started adapting to that. So one of the key things over here when it comes to diet is minimize your sugar. Minimize sugar intake. Jitna ho sake usko kam karo. Dark chocolates are very good. I have dark chocolates a lot. So these are some of the things. In fact, yesterday only I coined up a new thing which I was sharing with my trainer, my gym trainer, about the ghee and the butter and all. Chikas, that's called chikas, right? The fat. Chikas makes you jackass. How does that sound?
Great.
As always, brilliant.
Total Mumbai style.
Ekdam Mumbai style, yeah.
Okay. Merno style, so, no Merno style.
Okay. Yeah, over time.
How's the sleep? How's the afternoon siesta help? How does it help?
Good.
I love to sleep in the afternoon. So.
Yeah, it helps. It helps to catch up.
Session.
Yeah.
You can complete.
Yeah, just the last slide. Just so stay home, stay safe, and another Meher style over here, of full form of safe, based on whatever we've learned so far, is work on your strength, agility, flexibility, and endurance.
Wow, amazing.
And that's where you'll work on your immunity in these days. So thank you very much. That's all from my side. I hope you had a good value add in these last few minutes.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Now we have the floor open for 5 minutes for question and answers. So members and visitors, kindly put forth your question and Mernosh will answer them. Even I have a question for you, Mernosh.
Sure, go ahead.
So my question to you is that I am very physically active and energetic. But when I climb even the second floor, I start, I stop for breath. So what is the reason? Do I need to do stair climbing, exercise more? It confuses me.
Yeah, do stair climbing more. Climb 2 floors. That's enough. Jitna hota hai utna. Once your body gets adapted, then you think of increasing it.
No, but what's the reason for being able to work physically well, in the house and run around and everything? But when it comes to stair climbing, especially I am panting and I have to wait.
Yeah.
That makes me feel very old.
So Deepa, here I have a question here. Does the same thing happen when you climb down the stairs? You got my question, Deepa?
Yes.
So do you pant?
No. Climbing down is never a problem.
So 2 things here. One is that there is a specific adaptation that works over here. So for it, maybe the energy is there for other things, but climbing down the stairs, your muscles are getting involved a lot. And like Shrikant ji has mentioned in the chat box, don't hold your breath when you're climbing.
Okay. Yes.
Keep that breathing regulation.
And does the footwear also matter? Footwear, because see, sometimes they're wearing heels.
Yeah, footwear matters. Footwear matters a lot.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah. Heels, with all due respect to all the ladies in the group, heels are not ergonomic at all. And I'm sure even Shrikant ji will vouch for it.
Yes, sir. These are monsoon times, guys. Footwear is so important. I had a fall in Axis Bank, full granite floor. And, I was wearing my gym, those shoes. It's very careful we have to be.
And heels even otherwise. The way it puts your leg into that position, which we call as a plantar flexion, it's not healthy for the body. You cannot see, our human body is designed in a way that everything has a function. The heel of our toe has a function to balance your body. Now by wearing heels, you're practically walking on your toes, which is again unnatural.
Mernosh, I have a question.
Yeah,
I just wanted to know, the yoga has, I think, combination of everything what you just said, right?
Yeah.
And the power yoga or the dynamic yoga or the hot yoga or whatever the new yogas are, they also tend to, kind of take care of your cardio as well in a way.
Not always. Okay. So you can
so
combine it with something cardio.
So not
actually,
cardio, but other.
Surya Namaskar takes care of the
cardio. Cardio
as well, because we are doing that, right?
Yeah.
But still, only that is not enough. Do a combination of all.
But yoga has a lot of stretching, which
stretching and all, yes.
agility, you know, you
Yes.
spoke about flexibility, that
Yeah.
all is taken care of.
Flexibility is there. Agility depends on, there are a few postures maybe. Not
Yeah, there are
all.
postures, right? Like a Tadasana or a
Yeah,
Rikshasana, and you know, where you need to balance yourself.
Balance is there in that. The speed part doesn't come.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
So when I climb down the stairs, I get those giddiness, like vertigo things. How do I, when I look down and climb? That kind of a situation, how do you manage that?
So avoid looking down. पहले ही देख लो before you're climbing that flight of stairs. Avoid, because you have to look, no, कुछ बीच में रहेगा तो पहले ही देख लो, and then when you are climbing down, you don't look down.
Okay.
That is one thing that can help.
Mehnosh, I have a question. You know, my mother is 76 years old. Normally, she used to go for walks, but in today's situation, she's at home doing the physical work. So, what exercise can I recommend or suggest her that will keep her more physically fit? Because she believes that only housework is not exercise.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. At least she believes that. That's the right thing to believe.
So, what is the exercises she can
at
do?
least just
at
walk
home?
around in the house.
Okay.
Even keeping that movement. Do a brisk walk in the house.
Okay.
Stretch as much as you can. The mobility stretches that we spoke about. Jitna ho sakta hai utna. Not on the extremes.
All right.
Yeah, take support of railings. Shrikant ji saying. So jitna ho sakta hai utna. Yeah. So hold the support and
Johnson. That was for Johnson. No.
For Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, you should ask her to do those some micro exercises. No, Sukshma Vyayam we call it.
Okay. And Mehnosh, last
done by Dhirendra Brahmacharis. You can find it on the Google thing.
Okay, sure.
Sukshma Vyayam by Dhirendra Brahmachari.
Yeah, can you put it on the group chat on WhatsApp? So I will just share it with her.
I will.
Mehnosh, I have one question.
Yes.
Like nowadays, people, they are going for a carbohydrate-free diets. Carbohydrate-free, there is no carbohydrate at all.
That is
so how safe it would be? To a certain, yes.
Yeah.
So how safe it will be?
See, it is each of those 6 minerals, each of those 6 nutrients are important. Excluding any of that completely will have side effects. So I would suggest rather having a low carb diet rather than a zero carb diet.
Okay.
I had also done that. I had done that zero carb diet, a keto diet for 2 months, where I instantly dropped weight, and then consciously I came back to having a normal. I did it with a specific time duration. I wanted the effect of that without the side effect of it.
And moreover, the zero carb diets always affects the brain cells.
Yeah.
So it is
every
important.
nutrient has its function in the nervous system as well.
Because just now I also have completed my dietetics course from some university, and they said the exact thing that keto diets are okay, but it should be for a smaller period.
Yeah.
And then one has to, change to the normal diet as well, because your body needs other ingredients as well.
So now we have one more question to go. Anybody? Otherwise, then we can move on with the next agenda of the meeting. Anybody for last question?
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes. So, normally when we talk about the timings, now depends upon where we stay, timings are different. So for 12 a.m. and 12 p.m., if we are here, it is different. So how does this actually work? There is no universal law for the same.
No, universal in your time zone, because again, the body needs adaptation. So the time zone in which your body has been adapted to. So if you are in India, it works as per the Indian time. But if you are going on a foreign tour for 2 weeks, then your body has not adapted to that foreign timing.
Okay.
So somewhere that Indian effect will still be there for that.
So it is as per sunrise, sunset time rather than...
Yeah, yes.
So I don't know, but then I have another question. What happens to the polar people who are staying into the North Pole and, I just want to ask, timing are just a created thing to make it systematic, or it actually has an impact? Even in yoga, we say Brahma Muhurat, but is
Yeah.
it really so, or it is just to make it systematic for our lifestyle?
No, no, it is really so, and it see systematic ही करना होता तो कोई भी और time भी ले सकते थे.
Yeah.
But the fact that that time is chosen so that it becomes systematic, so there is a science behind that as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mehnosh, thank you so much. Vijay ji, आपको introduce करना था Mehnosh को, लेकिन will you close this with a thank you note for Mehnosh
Definitely,
for the lovely talk?
I would first of all thank the entire Venus and all the members who have compromised or rescheduled their schedules to attend this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Manish ji, because of this, for arranging this wonderful session, and Deepa ji for actually inviting Meher for a wonderful, enlightening session for us. And guys, I would say that whenever Mehernosh talk is there, please do attend with all the members, because every time he brings something new to your life. So it's always a great thing to attend it. And should I continue with mine now?
No, so now as a token of appreciation, I would like to share the screen again. We would like to give you a certificate, you know, for being the speaker today. So you can you see it?
No, it's blank.
It's blank.
Blank.
1 minute. Sorry.